Hey, what's going on, guys? Jason Maxwell here from JMax Fitness, and in today's video, I'm going to be telling you and talking to you about cutting, how to use a cutting diet, and basically how to lose fat without sacrificing your hard-earned muscle. Okay, so there's two things when it comes to cutting, and I like to call it the two C's. Number one is calories, and number two is compliance. So compliance, it's 99% of the whole process. What I mean by compliance is you need to be sticking to your diet. So whatever your diet is, you need to be following the rules and being compliant on the diet. So what does that mean? That means if you're compliant about 80% of the time, it means you're going to get good results. You're going to lose some weight, but you're not going to get like extremely cut. 90% compliance, you're going to get some really great results. And 100% compliance is where the magic happens, baby. This is where you're going to kick some major ass and build an incredible body. So that's what you need to know about compliance. It's like 99.99999% of it. The other 0.0001% is the calories, and it's the macros, and it's the simple math that I'm about to teach you. So in the JMax Fitness Elite Facebook group, my buddy Nathan, all the way in Australia, asked the question about, how can I cut without losing muscle? How do you cut safely? And it all comes down to just being very patient. So first things first, let's get the bases out of the way. You need to be lifting heavy at least 2 times per week for this to work. And you also need to be getting an absolute freaking minimum of 0.82 grams per pound of protein per day. So if you're 200 pounds, that's like 164 grams of protein per day. And that's the absolute minimum. I say aim for 1 gram per pound. The reason behind this is it's really simple math. If you're 200 pounds, eat 200 grams of protein per day. It's super simple. You don't even need to do that calculation. So that's why I recommend that. So those two things, if you have enough protein every day, and if you're lifting at least 2 times per week, you're going to be able to maintain your muscle and your strength. Those two little things have such a huge impact. The next thing is you're going to be using calories to dictate whether you gain weight or lose weight. So here's the deal. If you're eating enough protein and working out at least 2 times per week, lifting, then all you really need to do is look at losing weight on the scale. And most of that weight you lose will be fat. That's the simplest way I can explain it to you. So I recommend doing a slower cut because it's a lot safer and it's a lot more sustainable, which means after you're finished cutting, you don't just rebound back up and gain all that weight again. Because what's the point of cutting down if you're just going to bounce back up and look the same way you do now? The goal is to make everything that you're doing a habit so that you make these great changes in your life and really change your body to look incredible and then keep it that way. And that's the most important thing. So you want to be losing 1 to 2 pounds every 2 weeks. So how do you do this? Well, first of all, you need to figure out what your maintenance calories are per day. I recommend this is just an approximate number because you need a starting point. It's going to be different for everyone, but I say take your body weight in pounds and multiply it by 14. So if you're 200 pounds, 200 times 14 is 2,800. Your maintenance calories is 2,800 calories per day. And this is the number of calories that you need to eat to maintain your weight. So if you ate 2,800 calories per day and you're 200 pounds, you would stay at 200 pounds for 6 months, a year, 6 years. It doesn't matter. That's what your maintenance calories are. Once you have that base, then you need to subtract a certain amount of calories per day so that you're losing weight, losing fat. Okay, so if you're under 150 pounds, subtract 250 calories per day. So I don't know what 150 times 14 is, but let's say that works out to like, what, 1,700 calories per day. So let's say your maintenance is 1,700 calories per day and you weigh under 150 pounds, then you're going to just subtract 250 calories from that. So that's about 1,450 calories per day. And that's going to get you to be losing about 1 pound every 2 weeks. If you're over 150 pounds, subtract your maintenance calories by 500 calories per day. So let's say that you're 200 pounds, your maintenance calories are 2,800 calories per day. You're going to subtract 500 calories off of that. And then that means that you're going to be eating 2,300 calories per day. Now, once you have this number, that's the number of calories that you need to eat per day. It doesn't matter if it's fats or carbs coming from these calories, as long as you're within 5% of those calories daily, and as long as you're within 5% of getting your protein targets and getting that minimum of 0.82 grams per pound of protein. So you could easily go low carb, you could easily go high carb. I don't recommend cutting them out completely because you want something sustainable that works well. And this works very well with flexible dieting. So you're going to keep eating this way. And if it's not broken, don't change it. If you're losing 1 to 2 pounds every 2 weeks, then you're kicking some major ass and you don't need to change anything. For some people, they can go on like this for like 2 months. But eventually, you will plateau at this calorie intake because you're going to be losing weight. And when you lose weight, you're at a lower body weight. So it means you need a lower number of maintenance calories per day to maintain your weight. So eventually you will plateau on that. So what happens when you plateau? Well, you subtract again a little bit of calories. So maybe about 250 calories per day. Wait 2 weeks with this new calorie intake. Measure yourself in 2 weeks. If you didn't lose at least, half a pound, then I would lower it again. And you're just every 2 weeks you're gonna measure. And if you're losing, 1 to 2 pounds every 2 weeks, then you're doing well. If you're not, you need to keep lowering the calories. So keep going like this on and on and on and on. And eventually your calories are gonna get lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. And that takes us to my last point. There is an amount of calories that you eat per day that is too low for your body. It's unhealthy and it's going to stagnate your metabolism. So that also means that you'll probably end up losing muscle because you're not eating enough food. So in this case, I think what I believe is the absolute lowest you'll want to go is body weight times 9. So if you're 200 pounds, body weight times 9 is like 1,800 calories per day. So that's the lowest number of calories you would want to eat per day. If you're at these calories and you're not losing weight, then your metabolism is just fucked up. But there's a way to fix this. So here's the deal. You can go down to that low amount of low calories, but as soon as you stop losing weight, that means that you really need to fix your metabolism and make that a priority, or else you're screwing over your body and it's going to make it tougher for you to diet next time. So this is where something like a reverse diet comes in. And essentially all you do is you start at that body weight times 9 or wherever you're plateauing. And then each week you're going to increase calories by like 100 to 200 calories per day. And you're going to work your way up to your new maintenance level. So hopefully body weight times 14. Yes, you will gain a bit of fat, but what that's going to do is it's going to help restore your metabolism so the next time you do diet, you're going to lose fat a lot easier and you're not going to plateau anywhere near as much. So that does need to happen. One thing I should say is, let's say you do diet down to body weight times 9 and you are still losing fat, but you get to a leanness that you are super happy with and you don't want to lose any more fat. Then what you need to do is you need to reverse diet up slowly add calories day by day, but you're going to only work your way up to your new maintenance level. So that's going to be body weight times 14 or body weight times 15. So let's say you're 200 pounds, you dieted down to 160 pounds, and you're eating 1,600 calories per day, and you're still losing weight. And you're all the way down to 155 pounds, and you're like, okay, this is the absolute leanest I can be. I'm like 4%. I'm fucking shredded right now. Let's move back up to my normal maintenance level. So what you're going to do is add 100 to 200 calories per week, and slowly diet back up to your new maintenance level, which would be 155 pounds. If you're 155 pounds dieting, it would be 155 pounds times 14. I can't do that math in my head, but if you have a calculator, you can figure that out right now, and that would be your new maintenance level. But I would urge you to push this up to body weight times 15, because a lot of times what happens is when you reverse diet back up, you're restoring that metabolism, and your metabolism ends up getting faster, and you can eat more food per day because you have a higher maintenance calorie intake, which is always a lot more fun to be able to eat more food and stay the same weight. So guys, if there's anything you need to take away from this, there is a smart and intelligent way to cut, and you have to have a lot of compliance to get any results. So do the work, and then make sure that you are compliant on your diet. I can't stress this enough. This is the biggest C you'll ever need to know in your life. The big C, compliance. And then just do a little bit of math and stick to it, grind it out. Like a lot of people are going to say 1 to 2 pounds every 2 weeks. That's like nothing. But you know what? There's two different types of diets. There's ones that are sustainable and will get and allow you to stay there, and then there's like flash diets, which I would use flash diets for something like maybe if you're getting ready, maybe you're getting married, maybe beach season is coming up and you just want to get those fast results for some motivation. Those totally have their place too, and those are great diets. And if you're overweight and it helps you to get into a healthy range, then I'm totally okay with that too. But the way I just gave you is a more sustainable way, and it's going to allow you to change your body forever, not just for like beach season or a wedding or something like that. And those pounds that you lose are going to add up over time. What's 1 pound a week? That's 52 pounds lost in a full year. Grind it out, and 1 year later, you're going to feel amazing. You're going to look incredible, and you'll never have to gain that 50 pounds back again, because you'll be able to maintain that. And that's the most important thing. Once you get down there, you can't bounce back up. That happens to everyone. That's why there's so much money in the fitness business, but that's why there's also so much shit and bullshit in the fitness business, because people just want the latest crash course diet that will get them the results really fast, but then they rebound, so they need to do a new diet. Instead of that, use the cutting approach that I just taught you to get down to the desired leanness that you want to be, and then stay that way forever. It's much more healthy. It'll add like decades to your life as long as you wear a seatbelt, I guess, because if you don't wear a seatbelt, you could right through the windshield. And yeah, you're going to be healthier and you're going to look a lot better. So guys, I'm Jason Maxwell here from JMax Fitness. Thanks for coming, listening to my story, and I'll see you guys next time.